everyone, and welcome to Nap Time with Erin, a weekly show where I talk about whatever the heck is on my mind that day. Today we're hanging out with Hoobie. This is Hoobie. Ah! And this morning, my mom and I were looking through a bunch of old texts that we had exchanged while I was in France, which was just over a year ago now that I got there. And it made me feel pretty nostalgic, and it made me want to go back to my old journal and read you what I'd written exactly a year ago. So this is the journal that I filled while I was there. It was a birthday present from Katrina that year, right before I left. And it's the first journal that I've ever filled all the way. And so I've gone back to September 27th, which is the day that I'm filming this, a year ago. And I'm gonna read the day before, because that was a good day. And then I'm gonna read the next week. By the way, I did all my journal writing in point form because I didn't feel like writing down all my feelings all the time. So I just wrote down a point form version of everything I did that day. Saturday, September 26th, 2015. First thing on the list, Bible reading. Breakfast, more Bible reading. Package from home, which is underlined because I would always underline the highlights of the day. And in that package came watercolor supplies, thanks Dad, and sour cherry balls from Disneyland. I remember that. Lunch that day was salad and pizza, which was a very common lunch. Salad was with pretty much every not breakfast meal almost every day. And it was really boring, lame salad too. I got dead sick of it. I can't even really eat vinaigrette right now. I haven't recovered yet. Also, pizza. Apparently, I don't know if they do this all over the place in France, but at Champfleury, where I was staying, we cut our pizzas with scissors. I have written piano fiasco. I must have been trying to play piano, but it was doing a really bad job. Or maybe that was the day when all the pianos... Oh yeah, there was one piano that worked, and it was being used maybe. And there were a couple of other keyboards, but they all sucked and I didn't like them. So it might have been a day that I was just trying to find a piano to play and couldn't. Hanging out with Camilla. Who knows what we were doing? Mission with Lena. Every Saturday, Lena and I, or was it every second Saturday? Every second Saturday, Lena and I helped lead a group of preteens in a nearby town. Supper, pizza. We had pizza twice in one day. Maybe we were just eating leftovers. Dessert, chocolate everything. I have no recollection of this dessert. I can only assume it was good if it was all chocolate. Oh, I know why. Okay, because it was the first time we had that mission, Lena and I. And it was at Jean-Jacques' house. And dinner was there, so there was lots of pizza. Much better pizza, too, than the stuff we had at Champfleury. And dessert, it was like the kids brought desserts and everything was chocolate. Okay, and then we went back to Champfleury. I remember, that was a good night. I liked that night. Then another highlight was movie night, Mulan. I remember that night. That was the first night that we all watched a movie together. And we watched Mulan in French, and it was such a good experience. Although it made me crave Mulan in English because I couldn't sing along when the songs were in French. Another highlighted thing was I wrote a letter to Josh that evening, and then I went to bed. Sunday, September 27th. First thing, Bible reading. Good girl, Erin, you were still responsible at this point. Breakfast, church, in which we studied Psalm 73, 21 to 24. I think I remember that sermon. That was a good sermon. Lunch was salad and stir fry. Then I went for a walk with Marie, Alicia, Marcio, and Rachel. I remember that. We walked down this path into a big man-made lake. Found a little beach that I'm not sure we were supposed to be in. Walked past this nice little, like, poultry farm, or was it? I don't know if it was a farm. There was just a whole lot of, like, fowl, like birds. It was cool. There were doves. I think I took a dove feather home. I might have it. Is it in here? I would have put it in here. I don't see it though. Maybe it's moved since then. Then highlighted finished photo wall because I brought along a whole album full of photos from home. And it took me a little while to get them all put up on my wall because I didn't have enough sticky tack. Supper was crepes with Nutella. That was every Sunday night was crepe night. I got dead sick of them by the time I'd been there for 6 months, but at this point it was still delicious. Reunion, right. Every Sunday night would be meeting night, and we would all sit in a circle in the lounge and talk about our highs and lows of the week. And here I've actually written my highs and lows. My high was the 3rd day of hiking because the week before we'd gone on a 3-day hiking trip. And I remember coming home, I felt super powerful because I felt like I'd conquered the mountain. But the low was the 1st day of hiking because I had no idea how long we'd be gone, where we were going, what the situation was going to be like. I was not excited. And then highlighted, I have Skype called mom and dad at Avery because I did that every Sunday night because it was the one night that everyone would be home. For them it was noon. For me it was 9 at night. Then I have shower, and then underlined again, planning/laughing with Simone, Johanna, and Charlie. No idea what we were planning. Maybe Marie's birthday party? I think that was soon after. YouTube, bed, and then I have 209, which must have been how many days left until going home. Monday, September 28th. Overslept, in brackets, oops. Breakfast, which was the same every single day. Free time/Bible reading. This was that one, we had occasional days where class would be after lunch, and it was the worst thing ever because by then my attention span is just gone. So during that free time I did Bible reading. I wrote my first blog post. I did have a blog. It was called Things I Didn't Know. I think the URL is like Things I Learned in France at .blogger. something or other. You can probably go find it. It's actually quite funny when I read it. That was highlighted, and another highlighted one was lunch, and we had burgers that day. The burgers at Chanflery were very overrated, let's just say that. Then we have class. I think I probably was falling asleep for most of it because it was after lunch. Dinner was pasta and salad. That was probably a night that we had carbonara. Then I played some piano, and then chorale, right. I had just started doing chorale with Boone and Camilla and Nicole, and Simone was there for part of it. There were a couple of girls who came and went, but I stayed with it. That was fun. Camilla and I probably got hyper on the way home because I have that written here. And then the next one is underlined hyper with Simone and Johanna. That was back in our room, I'm sure. And then bed. Tuesday, September 29th. Meditation alone. Right, because we were supposed to have a little Bible study meditation time by ourselves in the morning before breakfast. I didn't always do that, let's just say, because it was too early for me. Then there was breakfast, then there was group meditation. It's not actually meditation, but that's the word we use in French, so that's what I wrote down here. It's just Bible study. Then we had class, then we had lunch, which was shepherd's pie and donuts. The donuts are highlighted because those donuts were just to die for. Then was free time. There was always free time after lunch, which was great, during which I did my Bible reading and underlined had a nap. Naps were great, I love naps. Then was dinner, and I have underlined zucchini soup. We also had these weird things that I don't remember what they were called, like tomate farci maybe, but I called them turkey tomatoes because it was like the top of the tomato was cut off and then the inside was scooped out, so it was just like a hollowed tomato shell, and then it was full of a little turkey patty. It was odd. I didn't usually like it, but I would just eat it because it was what there was. It wasn't delicious, but if you were hungry enough, it was okay. Dessert was yogurt and raspberries. Oh yeah, I remember that. It was more of a creme fraiche with raspberries kind of situation. That was one of my favorite desserts. Then I have killing time, during which I watched Shaytards. And then Zumba. Zumba was like the best part of every week. And then afterwards I hung out with Nicole, shower, cottage cheese I forgot about this. I think it's because I had to wash my face without my washcloth because it was in the laundry or something like that. And the texture of whatever I was using to wash my face, it was like a foaming face wash. When it wasn't all rubbed nicely into a washcloth, was kind of like cottage cheese on your face. So I have written here cottage cheese experience. I'm really glad I remember what that is because otherwise I would have no clue. Wednesday, September 30th. Okay, yeah, this was our first shepherd night and there was a talent show. So first thing was Bible study, then breakfast, prayer because we had prayer groups every Wednesday, class in which we studied Luke and John, the books of Luke and John. Lunch was tartiflette, back when I didn't despise tartiflette. Then afterwards, some nice guitar / piano / singing with Nicole. Oh right, because it was the day of the talent show and we'd known about it for a while, but I didn't know what I was gonna do yet, so I was trying to get this song ready on guitar and I gave up. So I started to try and get a song ready on piano and I gave up. And then Nicole was like, how about we do something together? So we did a duet to a Taylor Swift song. Which song was it? Safe and Sound. We actually sound amazing. It's on YouTube. Dinner was drunk craving casserole, I think I called it. It was probably like a casserole with tons of mashed potatoes and cheese and stuff. Dessert was the best apple compote ever. Yeah, I love that stuff. And sometimes it would be baked with like a crumble on top. It's the best. Certain nights were our work nights, like we would help clean up after dinner or lunch. And that night apparently I was grosse plongée, in which I had to clean all the big dishes, like pots and pans. And that could be exhausting. And then talent night, and I even wrote down everyone's acts. Marcio did hip-hop, Simone did gymnastics, Sonia and Nicole and I, though separately, did singing. Sonia on her own, and then Nicole and I together. And then Alicia she said she wasn't talented in any way, which is not true, Alicia, but she did a presentation about when she grew up in Morocco, which was super cool. I still say she should write a book about it. Marie made a video. Charlie made food because she says that her talent is making food. And Rachel played violin. Lena, I think she showed us some things that she had sewn. And then the équipiers, so Johanna, Charlie, and Yona, did some line dancing, and it was great because everybody joined in as we figured out the routine, and that was really cool to watch. And then I have quick shower, laundry, and bed. By laundry, I mean we got our laundry back for the first time, and we had been out of socks for so long. Thursday, hiking, October 1st. Thursday was always hiking day, after class and lunch. So first thing was Bible study, breakfast, worship. Mondays and Thursdays were worship days before class. And then class was Jean-Jacques. Lunch was salad and fried chicken. Can't remember if I liked that or not. Dessert was chocolate pie. I did like chocolate pie. I have it underlined here. Then I had service, cleaning up afterwards. And then I have it written in French, randonnée aux montagnes chartreuses, which means hiking in the Chartreuse Mountains. Sometimes I would write in French because that was just what was coming to me at the time. Supper was mushroom soup, also highlighted, because this is where I came to love soup. And quiche. I loved quiche. Dessert was fruit and apple compote. Then I have reading and studying, bed, and I think I'm getting sick. Yeah, that's when I started to get that cold. Friday was painting, and that was October 2nd. Oh, right, yeah, I would write kind of the main thing that defined that day at the top. So that's why I have painting written at the top. So first was studying with Simone, then breakfast, and I've written manna. I like it because I don't like honey very much, but I thought I wanted to try manna because if you've read the book of Exodus, you'll know that the Israelites, when they got out of Egypt, God sent them manna from heaven, which was bread and honey. So I was like, I want to try manna, and it was okay. I didn't stick to it for very long because, let's be honest, if you're not sure if you like honey and there's Nutella over there, which one are you going to choose? Then was group Bible study, then class, then lunch, which was tacos. We had a weird way of eating tacos. We didn't have like individual tacos. There was a big plate of tortillas and then a giant bowl of all the taco mixes together in one. So it was kind of layered as well. So you would just take a tortilla, take a giant spoonful from the bowl, and roll it up and you'd have like a taco burrito thing. And then I have some jamming in the classroom. We were probably just like playing music on our instruments and singing together. Every Friday we had to recite our memory verses, which was one of the most stressful parts of the week. And finished class. I think class went a little bit later that day. Then I have GM, which stands for Grande Maison, which means the big house, which is where most people lived, except I stayed in the chalet, which was a little building a little further over. And every Friday my chores were to do the bathroom, the stairs, and the lounge. And as you know, if you've watched my vlogs, I fell in love with those chores for some reason. At the beginning, I wasn't so in love with them. So I had to do that. Then I have painting underlined. It was the first time I'd gotten to try my new painting set. Dinner was stew. Can't remember what was in the stew. Dessert was brownies and a cheese plate, which is always good because that meant that there was Pyrénées cheese, which was my favorite cheese. Piano, and then random time with Yona and Alicia. Don't remember what we were doing. and then late to bed. And I'm gonna end on Saturday because I've been going for way too long. And that was October 3rd, and my title is I'm Definitely Sick. Up at 9, breakfast was bread with a honey bee Nutella and seed cheese. I had a very different breakfast that day, which was every day was bread with jam. That was what was provided. So if you wanted to go out and buy Nutella or cheese or honey, well, there was honey, but if you wanted to go out and buy other toppings, you had to do it yourself. And Saturday was normally a day that people went out and bought stuff, and then we'd get to have all of their findings from the market with our bread. Then I have chillin' in the room. Don't know why I wrote chillin'. Lunch with cordon bleu. I remember the first time I had cordon bleu there, I was like, it's so good. And then the second time I was like, I don't know if I care for it. And then by the third time I took one bite and I was like, I ain't eating this. Dessert was cheese. And then I had to do grosse plonge again. Chillin' in the classroom. I did a lot of chillin' that day. Right, Camilla tried to teach me how to paint. She says I got better. Really, I just got jealous because she's really good. Thunderstorm, I have underlined. That was cool, I remember that. Dinner was taco lasagna. Oh yeah, we would have like lasagna with beef and taco seasoning, and instead of like lasagna noodles, it was tortilla chips, like corn chips. That was super good. It added a really good crunch to it. Petite plonge, clearly I had a lot of service that day. Then a bunch of us watched Ratatouille, which for some reason didn't have a French version. I don't know why. And then shower and bed. So that's a week in the life of Champfleury. And if you think that was cool and you'd like me to do that again, let me know in the comments. I might do it just when I don't have any ideas for what to talk about. Except clearly it takes a while, so hopefully there's plenty of this that I can cut out, because I've been filming for 22 minutes, and hopefully the video won't be 22 minutes. Anyway, it's about lunchtime and I'm still in pajamas, so I'm gonna go remedy that. Hoopy says bye, and I'll see you guys later.